Hey, everybody, welcome to the show. It's Dr. Levi with your show, The Dr. Levi Show. Our show is about reminding you to live the best possible life you can live and to live in that place of ever expanding gratitude and know that the universe is conspiring for your greater good. Everything is working out for you. No matter how it appears, feel good about you. Know who you are, where you're going, and feel passionate about life. Because life is this really phenomenal journey that we go on together with people that are right there with us. So why not be happy about getting up today, starting your journey, and having a great, great day? So here on our show, we're going to talk about your questions and answers basically from Facebook and all our social media platforms. So this is our Q&A show. Now, before I get started, I want to thank you again for subscribing to our YouTube channel, for being a part of the Dr. Levi community, because it's really about bringing you information about healthcare, about medicine, about diagnoses, about treatment protocols, and about the joy and beauty of exercise. One of my favorite platforms, of course, because exercise and being healthy is really a lifestyle. It's about being fit, being healthy, but more importantly, understanding that commitment, consistency, diet, exercise, rest, and recovery, and of course, one of my favorite things, meditation. Meditation really has to be a part of our daily practice. If you take that time to really recenter yourself, focus on what your current goals are, what your long-term goals are, but more importantly, to live in the beauty and consciousness of now. That's where you are right now. So feel good about you. Know that you're perfect just the way you are. There's no issue about your race, your sex, your sexuality, your gender identity, your socioeconomic status level. All that means nothing. What does matter is that you feel good about you and that you give yourself the biggest hug in the morning. Even if you wake up by yourself, that's okay. Love you just the way you are. Guess what? You take you wherever you go. So again, take a you that you love and that you appreciate and that you can lift up and know that every day it will get better and better and better. Just get out of bed, take that step, and know that everything's going to work out for you. Now, the questions that we have today are quite a few. Very, very extensive. Well, also, I'll share with you some comments that we received on our social media platforms that I thought were really endearing and really wonderful. So I'm grateful that I received those also. So let's begin. And I also want to share one other thing with you, and that is I've received multiple emails asking me to talk about lupus. So within the next month, I'm actually going to have a show. We're going to talk about lupus. Lupus is also called SLE, or systemic lupus erythematosus. And it's an autoimmune disease, more common in women than men. And I'll talk about all of the issues associated with it because lupus is very intriguing. It never presents the same way in any person. It's a very odd autoimmune disease. Unlike rheumatoid, for example, rheumatoid arthritis, or other types of autoimmune disorders, they really have what we call these pathognomonic ways of presenting. You know what you're going to see. But lupus, not the same. It can present with a malar, M-A-L-A-R, a malar rash, which is a butterfly rash on someone's face. It really looks like a butterfly sitting on their face. It's called a malar, M-A-L-A-R rash. They can also have joint pain. It can affect any organ of the body at any age. There have been a lot of studies about which race or nationality has a greater predisposition to develop lupus. And some of those studies are sort of tilted, and it's not really quite clear. So we're going to talk about that more extensively, but I do want to say, yes, I appreciate your questions. I appreciate your involvement and interaction with me and with the show. And I'll remind you, I'm here for one thing, to be of service to you, to help you, to elevate you, to get you well, to get you feeling good about your life, and more importantly, to remind you that your life is what you make of it. You create your life. Remember that. You create your life. So the questions that I will answer, remember, I'm not diagnosing you because I'm not there. I wish I were, but I am your virtual doctor. So if you have these questions that I'll answer, I want you to know it's always better, and I always say this again and again. This is my disclaimer to you. You have to go and see your own healthcare professionals wherever you are. If it's in Arabia, Saudi Arabia, if it's in Morocco, if it's in Belgium, if it's in Bruges, if it's in Paris, France, Toronto, New Zealand, Australia, questions from all over the world that we get. It's still important that you go to see your own doctor to see if they can diagnose you, do the appropriate tests, x-rays, MRIs, but more importantly, to take your history and to do an appropriate clinical physical examination. That really has to be done. There's no substitute for that. So listening to me, yes, I believe I can help you, but again, you have to go and be seen and evaluated by your own physician. All right, he or she has to take care of you. All right, so let's get started. Lots of questions today. I'm feeling really energized. Today, again, is the 14th of September, 2016. It's beautiful here in Los Angeles. I love LA. I love being here, and I love being of service to you. So you ready? Let's get started. So this question is from, he says, I am Mohammed, working as a biomedical engineer in the UAE, United Arab Emirates. I need your valuable information regarding how to increase hand power. My body weight is 74.5 kilograms with 178 centimeter height, and I'm 26 years of age. My worry is I'm not able to take or do even a single push-up, and I'm failing in the gym. Please, I need your valuable opinion. Awaiting for your reply. Hey, Mohammed, thanks for listening to the show. Thanks for being a part of our community here. And I'm happy and grateful to know that we're there as a presence in the United Arab Emirates. Really fantastic. Haven't visited there yet, but I'm sure I will. It's on my list of many things to do. So I want to tell you this, Mohammed. You're not in a bad place. Let's start from that, all right? So the goal with fitness is the following. You want to take small, sustainable steps to have long-term, maintained goals in fitness, to be fit, to be healthy, to be happy, all of those things that come with having a fit, healthy body. Now, with that said, you want to take small, sustainable steps to do that, meaning the following. Okay, if you can't do a push-up, a full push-up, well, what about trying to do a push-up from your knees? That may help you. And if that's difficult, well, what about not doing a push-up at all? What about starting off with a walking program? Walking 1 block a day, 2 blocks a day, 3 blocks a day for a week or two until your body can get that feeling of what it is to exercise, which will mitigate and or minimize the amount of pain that you have. Because exercise should not be painful. You should know that you're working out. There should be some mild discomfort, but you should not have this overwhelming pain. And also, Muhammad, more importantly, I don't want you to feel like, oh, okay, if I can't do a push-up, let me not work out at all. Let me stop everything. Well, no, you can do it, Muhammad. So take these small steps. Number 1, be aware of your diet. Minimize white rice, white flour, and sugar, and soy, and alcohol, and smoking in your diet. Make sure that you're doing something aerobic every day. If you can't do 20 minutes of aerobics, no problem. What about 15? If you can't do 15, I get it, no problem. Do 10. If you can't do 10, fine, do 5. But start off doing something. Don't simply stop. The body will respond. It takes time. And remember, I want you to really think about decompressing the ego when it comes to working out, as well as decompressing the spirit of competition. When it comes to being fit, there's no competition because it's just you with you. It's not you against you, it's you with you. So, small steps, a walking program, a swimming program, and if you can, it's always great to get a buddy to work with you. So if you have a wife or a spouse or a partner, have them help you. Maybe they can walk with you. When you don't feel like working out, they can encourage you. When they don't, you can encourage them. It's always good to have someone on your team to work out with. And also, you want to have a set time that you work out either in the morning or in the afternoon, whatever works for your schedule and for your lifestyle. But you want to do it. And it has to be a priority. It can't be, well, it's raining outside, I'm not going to go work out. Or I had a tough day at work, I'm not going to work out. I feel tired, I'm not going to work out. No, it has to be focus. Again, part of being fit is, again, commitment and consistency and dedication. So once you dedicate yourself to doing this, then don't give yourself a way out. Don't be apologetic for it either. Simply, as Nike says, just do it. That's what we really have to do to be fit. And I know you can do it, Muhammad. So again, let's review some things. Be careful with your diet. Minimize a lot of fried food, greasy food, fat food, white flour, white sugar, white rice, high dense carbohydrates, more fruits and nuts, vegetables and grains, of course. And you want to really have really lean proteins like salmon and fish and chicken, things that will really give you the protein that you need. And as you do this, of course, feel good about where you are today. Don't think, I'm never going to do this. Or don't open these magazines of bodybuilders and fitness professionals because they work out every day 2 and 3 times a day. That's their job. We have different jobs. My job as a fitness professional, as a physician, is to get people as healthy as possible. However, my working out is not going to affect your body. So you have to think about what you can do, Muhammad, to affect your body. So again, small steps to get fit. I know you can do it. Let me know if you have any more questions. Of course, you can respond to me. And of course, go to the website, and there are a lot of exercises there as well on YouTube. And the book, my book, The Art of Fitness, that's another. I always tell people my book was written to be your own personal trainer. So get my book, send me your address and we can get that to you, because the book can also help you a lot. And it's, we'll give you the book on a discount. Just let me know that we interacted with you and we'll get that to you. But I want you to benefit from the book also. All right, Muhammad, I hope that helps you. And I have to visit the UAE. When I get there, I hope to take you out to dinner for something healthy, of course. All right, so the next question is, hello, Dr. Levi. Sorry for bothering you, but I have a question for you real quick. I have this exact problem. The shaking is not that big for me, but I definitely feel it. Not only are my fingers shaking, but also my whole palm when I'm rotating the wrist. Also, it doesn't shake all the time. Sometimes it does, sometimes doesn't. I have no idea why. Would your exercises work for this problem too, or is this a bigger problem? Thank you. Well, thanks for your question. This is most likely a vibrational problem, meaning that from all the typing that you're doing, or mouse use, or maybe a trackball, or use of a gaming console or joystick, you're doing it too much. So the vibration, which I find in my practice when I'm taking care of gamers, for example, or court reporters or stenographers, or people who do extensive amount of transcription, their fingers get tired, basically. They're tired of doing the same thing. So just the tapping. I also see this a lot with city workers that I take care of who use vibrational tools like jackhammers, for example. All the vibration causes their hands to shake, their arms to shake and not feel steady. And they will develop what we see often is a tremor. And their hands are often just like this. I hope you can see that. Their hands are just not steady. Like, instead of putting their hand out straight like that, their hands are always moving. So what I recommend for that is the following. Number one, put your hands in warm water soaks for at least 2 to 3 times a day. Do the exercises from the website and from YouTube. That'll help you a lot, especially these exercises, the up and down, bottom windshield wipers, the middle wipers, the Queen's wave, around the world, back around the world, with the hands, with the elbows straight, and hands tight with the fist, and then open palm also, around the world, back around the world. That'll help. And also shaking out your hands. Now, it's great if you can have, if you're in a jacuzzi, for example, you can do the shaking exercise of your hands in the warm water. I find that helps a lot of my patients, especially the gamers. So that's what I recommend. And again, take time to stretch while gaming. Every hour, take your 5 or 10 minute break to stretch your fingers, stretch your hands, to do the wrist exercise, the wrist stretches. That will help you also. And again, if you have any questions, get back to me. And of course, I'm here to be of service. I'll help you. Now, next question. Hello, Dr. Harrison. I watched your video on trigger thumb, which I have, and it's very painful. I will do the exercises you recommended. Thank you. You are awesome. Well, that's nice of you. Grateful to help you. Again, trigger finger, we talked about before, is the medical terminology is trigger finger, but we also call it stenosing tenosynovitis. All right? That's STENOSING, stenosing tenosynovitis, TENOSYNOVITIS, stenosing tenosynovitis. And again, it's from the A1 pulley, which causes compression and causes stenotic lesion over the flexor tendons. So the tendons actually get stuck, and the finger gets stuck, and someone is not able to extend their finger fully. So often people wake up and their hands are tight, and they wake up in the morning, they can move all the fingers except the one that's triggering. They have to literally pop the finger open. We see it more common in people who are diabetic, if they have alcoholism, if they're smokers. In my practice, I see that more commonly with them. But also, of course, I see it with gamers and individuals who do a lot of typing, transcription, use of a mouse, a joystick, a trackball. I see it a lot with them. Even the interesting thing is, even if they have an ergonomic keyboard and setup, I still see it. So I think it really shows you that I've always believed that this is really a repetitive motion injury, a repetitive stress injury, RSI injury, because the body is this phenomenal machine. But guess what? Like iron, like steel, it still wears out. So I think we always have to be cognizant of the fact that we have to exercise, we have to be as fit as we can, but also do those exercises. I mean, it really took several years to develop exercises that I thought would really be helpful and beneficial to everyone who has hands, literally, to everyone who does a lot of typing, texting, use of game consoles, to really help people. And I believe that the program that I have will benefit people. And I think right now on our YouTube channel, we have over 3 million views right now, thank goodness. So I think that's a testimony that the videos are truly helping. And I also want to thank our YouTube subscribers. We have almost 21,000 subscribers right now. It just blows my mind. So I'm so grateful that you allow me to be a part of your lives and that you believe that what I offer has benefit for you. I'm very, very grateful. Now, next question. Hello. So again, I want to reiterate for the trigger thumb. Yes, continue the exercise as listed in the video catalog. All right. Now, next question. Hello, Dr. Harrison. I was just searching the web and found you while looking for ways to hopefully gain muscle through my pain. Currently, my arms have at your feel significantly. I'm not sure what they were saying. I'm sure it's a typo there, but it's all right. And he says, he or she says, I failed rotator cuff surgery repair, and now I've developed NTOS. Now, NTOS stands for neurogenic thoracic outlet syndrome. All right. So thoracic outlet syndrome is very, very, very uncommon, very, very rare. In my practice, actually, I've only seen it maybe 4 times. And I've never operated on that. I've only seen it 4 times. And he or she says, I was always very athletic before my injury. 2 years of intense physical therapy and Botox in my scalenes and pectoralis for pain, and I'm no better. So I'm going to try your approach. Have you had people with thoracic outlet syndrome that have had success? Excited to hear your thoughts. Thank you so much for your help. Well, thank you for your question. A very complex question, a very intense one. So thoracic outlet syndrome, specifically neurogenic thoracic outlet syndrome, very difficult issues to treat successfully. Now, I want to share this with you. What I have found, and again, I've only had a patient catalog of 4 patients ever with thoracic outlet syndrome. That's in my entire practice, in my life that I've seen. Again, it's very rare. Now, with that said, what I've recommended for them are stretching exercises, as well as acupuncture, as well as chiropractic care. Now, those are my thoughts as a Western-trained physician, but I also consider myself a integrated medicine physician, meaning that I don't think Western medicine has all of the answers and is the only way, is the elixir of everything. I think it's so important, if you have thoracic outlet syndrome, that you talk to your physician, you ask her or him about other approaches. And I think acupuncture is a viable tool. It's such a great technique to really help people when everything else seems to not work effectively. Of course, I know they show you the stretching exercise. There are many, from stretches like this to stretches overhead to stretches in front like this to rolling your shoulders back to strengthening your trapezius muscles, to rotating your shoulders back, rotating them forward in shrugs. You can do all of those for 3 sets of 15 repetitions twice a day. But the major thing I want to share with you is I feel badly, actually, that you have something that often doesn't have one of the best treatment plans. And even in my studies of thoracic outlet syndrome, I have seen not a lot of success, but I still want you to have hope with the thought that you might be the one where it does work and works very, very well. But in my patients, again, I've only seen acupuncture and stretching as the major protocols that help. Now, some therapists will try ontophoresis and steroid patches and things like that, and even kinesiotaping. Thoracic outlet syndrome, I look at it's an internal issue. And I think so often stretching will help as well as acupuncture. So really good luck on your journey, and let me know how I can help you. I'm here to do that. That's my job. All right, next question. Sir, this is really funny. Sir, wow, that's real formal. Sir, I want to know, how can I take protein powder for mass gain? Is it safe? I'm 19 years old. Okay, well, let me tell you about protein powders. Literally in my office, my office staff, we laugh about it now, because literally every month we get things from different drug reps and drug companies for different types of whey protein, soy protein, almond protein, just stuff that we either send back or we will give away if someone wants it. So let me give you my thoughts about it. I'm not a big proponent of a lot of supplementation in general. I never have. I think it's so important that we use food as medicine, because food is what we always have. I tell people all the time, when, like, just recently I was speaking to an Olympian, and she was telling me about some things that she was taking. She said, well, what are your thoughts? And I said, you know what I'm going to say? She said, yeah, I don't even want to ask you. I said, well, you did, so let me tell you. So I gave her my opinion about what she was taking. And the bottom line is this. I think if you eat properly and exercise, taking the other stuff it gives you very, very expensive urine, really. And also it may overload your kidneys and cause your kidneys to not function as properly. At 19 years of age, you can exercise, you can eat properly, and hopefully you have access to really nutritiously dense food. So I'm not a big pusher of the protein powders, no. I never have been. And it's like steroids. I take care of quite a few bodybuilders who have a steroid protocol that I don't help them with that. They come to me after they tear their pecs, they tear their biceps because of overuse of steroids, or if they have other issues that come along with steroid use, like alopecia, testicular atrophy, decreased libido, different forms of cancer. They become very malodorous because of the steroid use. Also, they can have a really musty sort of smell, really bad acne. I mean, so many things that can happen. Women can have clitoral hypertrophy. I mean, there's so many things that can happen. So it's so important that you when it comes to protein stuff, taking protein or using steroids, I'm not a fan of that at all. So I think it's so important that you really do what you can to eat properly and to stay focused on your diet. That's the bottom line. And at 19, come on, you can do that. You really can. All right? So let me know if you have other questions. Now, next, and the other thing about steroid use, too, I want to add along with taking a protein powder, because often I find that some of the teenagers that I take care of and young adults, if they're using protein powders, often they're using steroids. Usually I see that often. So I want to remind you again, there's no safety there. From developing liver cancer, brain tumors, a lot can happen. So do what you can to not do that. All right, next question. Hey, Dr. Levi, hope you're doing well. Sorry to bother you. I had a quick question. If I lay my arm flat and hold a small weight, example, computer mouse, flexing my wrist upwards and lowering slowly, my hand shakes and jitters. Is this normal? A bad sign? Question. I get pain in the hand near the pinky finger, small finger they're referring to. However, no tingles or pain anywhere else. Thanks. Okay, so let's say this. If you're having the numbness and tingling, again, it's so important. I want to remind you to take time to do the stretches. That's the ticket. Do the stretches, the warm water soaks. Do those exercises that we have on our YouTube channel for your wrist, for your forearms, for your hand. Those things will help you tremendously. You really have to think about that. Now, if you're not taking time to rest, the shaking and that numbness may return and may intensify even. Now, the other thing I want to share with you is that if you have numbness and tingling in your small finger, this can often be associated with ulnar nerve compression at Guillen's canal here at the wrist, or you can have ulnar nerve compression at the cubital tunnel. Or there are other things along the cubital tunnel that can be compressed that can cause numbness and tingling in the small finger, i.e. referred to as the pinky finger. We don't use that term in medicine. We'll call it the pinky. We'll call it the small finger or the fifth digit. So they can have numbness and tingling in that finger and half the ulnar side of the ring finger. So with that said, if you're having those problems, continue to do the exercises. But more importantly, go to your doctor so that he and she may see you, and they may want to do an MRI to see if you have a small mass like a ganglion cyst or some other type of mass in your wrist or in your elbow area, pressing or compressing the ulnar nerve. Or they may do an EMG nerve conduction study to see if you have some type of dysfunction of the nerve and compression of the nerve along its path. So with that said, definitely go and be seen by a physician. It's really, really important. All right? But I hope that helps you with the stretches. It's very, very important. Now, we're going to take a 1-minute break, and we'll be back. A lot of your questions are going to be answered, so I really appreciate you being a part of the Dr. Levi Show and the Dr. Levi community, so don't go far. We'll be back in 1 minute. Hey everybody, it's Dr. Levi with your show, The Dr. Levi Show, bringing you the best and the brightest in Los Angeles and throughout the international community. Well, guess what? I want to tell you about a great event coming up here October 16th, 2016 here in Los Angeles. Yes, once again, it's the Action Icon Awards, which really is a great platform to really elevate and talk about the great stunt people here in the U.S. So I want to remind you to come out and support this great event. It's October 16th at the Sheraton Universal Hotel from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Look forward to seeing you there. Again, the Action Icon Awards. This is Dr. Levi. See you there. Hey, welcome back. This is Dr. Levi with a quick break, and we're back now with your question and answer show. This is a Q&A. And these are questions and answers from our YouTube platform, from everything from Instagram, Facebook, email, everything. All the questions that we get, we try to answer them on these shows, and that's every third Wednesday of every month. So these are the questions that we've gone over today, and I have more for you. Now, these are questions from YouTube and from recent videos. So the comment is, first time watching Dr. Levi, the show, and it will not be my last. Thanks and congrats, Dr. Levi, on the most informative and welcoming show. I am sure I feel as many others do who view your program. I sure wish you were near my hometown so I too can visit you or get your evaluation and treatment. Thanks again for your wonderful delivery of service. Keep safe and God bless you. Well, you know what? I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. I feel every day that of all the things I know in my life, and of all the things I know I was born to be of service and to make a difference. If that difference is big, so be it, I'm grateful. If that difference is small, so be it, I'm still grateful. But the deal is that there is a difference, that my life is about service, about commitment, about information, about education, about aspiration, about reminding all of us to live in magnificence and live in our uniqueness and the beauty of who we are and why we are, and to know and understand that if we have passion for our lives, then we can increase the amount of creativity that we have because we're doing what we like, we're doing it who we like doing it with, and therefore, how could the world not be a better place? So again, thank you for your comment. I'm so grateful that you are enjoying the show. And yes, I too wish that you were in Los Angeles so I could evaluate you. That would be wonderful. All right, next question, next comment. Thanks, Dr. Levi. I am a IT technician, and posture is my biggest worry. Any suggestions? So let's talk about posture. It's so important that when you're at a computer monitor, as an IT tech, you're doing a lot of that. So the key thing is this. Every 15 to 20 minutes, remind yourself, am I sitting upright? Are my shoulders rolled forward like this? Am I crouched over? Remind yourself to sit upright, to keep your shoulders square, your neck upright, where you're not tilting down, not putting your chin onto your chest, that your shoulders are upright. It's so important that you just keep your posture appropriate, that your feet are on the floor square, that you have a small pad or maybe a towel even behind your back so it follows the natural curvature of your spine. If you can, of course, it's always great to have an ergonomic keyboard, ergonomic chair. All of these things will help you to ameliorate and to better your posture. Posture is very, very significant because it affects our respiration, our breathing capacity, our thoracic capacity. So you want to be upright. You want to breathe well. You want to take a great breath. So with that said, posture is important. So my recommendation is every 15 to 20 minutes, be cognizant and remind yourself, am I sitting upright? Are my shoulders downward? Am I slouching? So if you do those things, and you have to just put yourself in a place of knowing that posture is important. Things that are important, we prioritize. Like people. You can think about this. People who are important in our lives, we prioritize them. People who are not, we don't prioritize them. It's that simple. It's not, there's no magic to this. It really isn't. So your posture is important. Prioritize it, and with that priority, you'll be willing to do the things to make it better, which is sitting upright and doing the right thing. And I know you can do it. So I hope this helps you. As an IT technician, you're doing most likely a lot of sitting, a lot of computer use, mouse use, trackball use. It's a lot. And maybe you're a gamer also. If you are a gamer, keep it up. Love gaming. All right, next question. Dr. Levi, I do love these videos. The previous one, the hand stretches, has helped reverse some of the RSI symptoms I was starting to have. Thank you. Well, I'm really happy to hear that. Repetitive stress injury is the most common thing I see in my practice, second to trauma. I do see a lot of trauma where people have been either injured from some type of mechanical issue at work. For example, an industrial injury, something falls on their hand or their arm and crushes their arm or amputates a finger or a hand. I see a lot of that still. If someone puts their hand in a blender or a machine or some type of sewing device, we see that. People whose hands are inadvertently put into hot grease, hot wax, iron. I see the gamut of really, really horrific injuries. So second to RSI is really the number one thing I see. Again, repetitive stress injuries. And again, our stretches that you're doing, and it took so many years to really develop them, is really, I call it a technology to really help your life and to help prevent injury. That's, this is the bottom line. The goal with our show is really about prevention. It's like, what can we do to help you not have RSI, not have pain, have a better life, have you able to, we want you to be able to type as much as you want, to swim, to exercise, to work out, enjoy your kids, your family, your grandkids, your gaming community, to do what you can without pain. That's the ticket. When you have pain, our lives are affected. Our emotions are affected. Our relationships are affected. And RSI, I see it every day in my practice, how it affects people dramatically and traumatically. So I'm grateful to hear that the videos are helping you. So just thank you very much. That's all I can say. My staff and I, we thank you very much. So next question is, hi. Firstly, Dr. Levi, I want to thank you for your wrist exercise video. The CTS, that's carpal tunnel syndrome, was a serious problem for my mom. I'm a gamer, and your warm-up helps me a lot with avoiding any health issues. Well, really happy to hear that. Carpal tunnel syndrome, the most common nerve impingement syndrome of the upper extremity, which occurs right here. This is the carpal tunnel area. I'll do this hand maybe better. This is the carpal tunnel area, and the median nerve runs in this area underneath the transverse carpal ligament. So there are layers in this area. So there's the skin and the subcutaneous tissue. Then there's a palmar aponeurosis. Then there's a little more fat there. And then there's a transverse carpal ligament. Then underneath that is the median nerve and the flexor tendons that go through the carpal canal. So when there's compression there, then often someone presents with numbness and tingling in their thumb, index finger, middle finger, and this is the radial side, half of the ring finger. And, of course, they'll have night pain. They have difficulty writing, difficulty using their hands, difficulty driving and exercising, pain that wakes them up at night often, and difficulty typing and texting. Or now, difficulty playing Pokemon Go. I can tell you about that. That's a whole nother subject. So let's go there differently. But carpal tunnel syndrome, yes. Those exercises will help you, especially the gliding exercise and the warm-up exercise. Let's just review quickly the gliding exercises. Again, arm out straight, hand open, around the world, back around the world, elbow straight. I'll do it from the side for you, around the world, back around the world. Then with a tight fist, around the world, back around the world. So again, I'd say all those directions, 3 sets of 15 and twice a day, 3 times a day. If you're a gamer, of course, you want to take time to do those every few hours. Again, a 5 to 10 minute break every hour while you're gaming. I'm not asking that much. Think about it. If you're gaming for 6 to 18 hours per day, then 5 minutes every hour, come on. That's not a lot. You deserve to do that for yourself. Give yourself the gift of health. Only you can do it, all right? So I'm glad to hear it's helping you and your mom. That's awesome. We gotta love our moms out there. I want to say a big shout out to my mom. Her birthday is coming up shortly, so love you, Ma. Miss you, and I miss all the cooking too. I've been trying to do it, but it never tastes quite like yours. I don't know what that's about. All right, next question. Hey, whenever I bring my shoulders up, my left shoulder hurts and can't keep it like that. What should I do, Dr. Levi? Is that serious? Should I just stretch from time to time or go see a doctor? Number 1, yes, continue the stretching. Yes, continue being active. And yes, go and see your doctor. Why? Because with shoulder pathology, you may have a labral tear, you may have a rotator cuff tear, you may have severe rotator cuff tendonitis, rotator cuff bursitis, proximal anterior biceps tendonitis. There's so many things that could be going on with the shoulder. So with that said, and you may have arthritis also. So with that said, yes, go to see your doctor so he or she can examine you. And most likely they may get an MRI, but they'll start with getting x-rays. So first, in medicine, it's your history and physical first, then other modalities like x-rays, and then possibly an MRI. The great thing about an MRI, if you can get it, and or a CT, but the MRI is definitely better often, depending on what we're looking to see. The MRI can really show us the inner dynamics of the shoulder, specifically the labrum. That's L-A-B-R-U-M, the labrum. It shows us the rotator cuff, those muscles that are there, the supraspinatus, the subscapularis, the other 2 muscles that are there. It also shows us, of course, if there's some arthritic changes there. So it's important. You know, you have shoulder issues, definitely go and be seen and evaluated by your doctor. It'll help you tremendously. All right? And then let me know. Let me know how I can help more. And I want to ask everyone, when you send your question, if you have a problem with your shoulders or any body part, you know what would really help me when I'm looking at them? Send a little video clip so I can see what you're talking about. Because sometimes what you're saying, I'm often wondering, am I referring to the exact area that you're referring to? For example, sometimes people tell me, oh, my arm hurts, Dr. Levi, and they'll say, my arm hurts. And this is not the arm, this is the forearm. So this is the arm, this is the forearm, this is the shoulder. And sometimes individuals tell me that their shoulder hurts, and when they're talking, for me, shoulders, this area, and they may also be talking about the entire arm. So for my own clarity, so I can really make sure that I'm helping you and being of service, if you can send a video clip with it. And you can even just point out what you're talking about during the video so I'll know exactly how I can help you. All right? The next question. We have a lot of questions to get to, so I'm going to try to go a little faster here. Hi, Dr. Levi. I don't know which hand exercise I should do. You have a lot of videos with different exercises. So which one should I do? I'm a gamer and need to warm up before I play. So very easy. Look at the videos that I have. Divide them into 3 to 4 per set. And that should give you about 5 different sets of 4 exercises, and you rotate those exercises. So every 5 minutes when you're taking your break from gaming, you do a set of those exercises every day. That's real easy. Just rotate them. That'll help you a lot. But be sure to soak your hands in the warm water. That's going to help you tremendously. All right? And then if you have questions, you let me know. We're here to help. Next question. Dr. Levi, just a concern regarding the wear and tear of the tendons. As a musician, I've been trained to avoid flexing of my joints or compressing objects with fists to avoid tendonitis. I created a routine to strengthen my wrist, fingers, and forearm by using isometric exercises that do not require flexion, with incorporation of stretching exercises. Just what I want to know is, will my tendons be okay with prolonged use of exercises like wrist curls or finger extensions? Thanks. Great question. I want you to know the wonderful thing about that question is our next set of videos, I have one that I am prioritizing specifically for musicians, for guitarists, with respect to which hand you're fretting with, which hand you're playing chords with. For piano players, we're going to do an extensive video catalog for musicians. That's going to help a lot. So I want to say this. Yes, it is possible to injure your tendons from simply one thing, repetitive motion. You're doing it so many thousands and hundreds of thousands of times per month, how many millions of times over several years. So yes, you can develop repetitive stress injury from this. And the issue here is the following. To avoid that, to your best, do the stretching exercises from the YouTube videos. Again, there's one entitled Hand and Wrist Form Stretching Exercise. I think it has about 65,000 views on it, maybe more by now. But you can use that video. Just look at the exercises there, and that will help you a lot. But stay tuned. I have one video that will be out within the next 2 months specifically for musicians. It'll help you tremendously. When you do see it, please give me your feedback about it, because I want to make sure that it's very helpful the way I think it will be. All right, so thank you for that question, though. The next question is, do these hand exercises work for people who write a lot? Thank you. Well, yes, I take care of a lot of screenwriters. I take care of screen actors too, but a lot of people who write screenplays and do extensive amounts of typing. So, yes, it will help you. The key with that, again, is if you can, the following. Make sure you have an ergonomic keyboard. Because often people say writing doesn't mean always using a pen and paper now. So when I think of writing as pen and paper as well as keyboard texting. So either way, you still have to take the breaks every 5 minutes from doing that and do the stretching exercises. I'm not a big fan on using the different types of braces if you don't have to, because the thing about brace wear, it makes the hand weaker if you constantly wear a brace. It doesn't allow your body to do what it needs to do to get healthy and be more strong. So I do use braces in my practice when needed. For example, someone who has severe carpal tunnel has to rest their hands while they sleep, because what happens, for example, with carpal tunnel, we will often sleep in a fetal position like this. We'll flex our wrists when we sleep, and of course that can exacerbate the symptomatology of carpal tunnel, which again is numbness, tingling, and pain, decreased grip strength, decreased dexterity in the finger, especially the thumb, index finger, middle finger, half of the ring finger. So yes, those exercises I believe will help you. Now, next question is, Dr. Levi, what do you think about liposuction in general? Well, I think the following. If you and your doctor thinks that it will benefit you and be a health benefit, I think you should consider that. Am I a big, advocate of liposuction? I think it's a case-by-case basis. So I'm not someone who's going to say no to anything like that. I think whatever works for your life and your body, then I think you should do it. Absolutely, especially if there's a health benefit, not simply a cosmetic benefit. I think, because don't forget, any surgery, there's always a risk to surgery. Surgery does one of three things. I say this all the time: make you better, make you worse, or no change. So, and then there are risks of surgery. The risks of surgery are bleeding, infection, pain, scar, reflex sympathetic dystrophy. A lot of bad things that happen with surgery, no matter if you're just taking off a toenail. So I always tell people, unless you need surgery, don't run to get any surgery that is not medically necessary. So that's my thought about that. I'm a very, very conservative surgeon, even though I love operating, and I'm a competent surgeon, thank God. And I love the feeling of being in the OR. I love the OR staff. I just love operating. It's a lot of fun. But at the same time, I only do it when it's necessary. That's the key. I want to stress that. So liposuction in general, that's my thoughts. But talk to your doctor about that. Now, next question is, I have very stiff hands and oftentimes they get tight and crampy, Dr. Levi. Do you suggest I should use warm or cold compress? Definitely warm. I recommend the warm compress. I think that'll help, as well as the stretching exercises. Next question, I'm a 30-year-old with not so much time to exercise. What do you think works for cellulite? Okay, with cellulite, I want to do this. Our next show within the next month, so I'll do a show specifically, at least half the show dedicated to talking about cellulite, what it is and how we treat it. But the bottom line is this. I want you to just continue to do your aerobic exercises, watch your diet, maintain that, and minimize the dense carbohydrates, as well as white sugar and white flour, a lot of salt in your diet. Minimize that stuff. And we'll do a show about cellulite, so I'll give you more. But again, aerobics. You know, at least 45 minutes to an hour a day. But there's some issues about cellulite that I want to share with you that I want to give greater insight. We'll talk about next time, though. Now, I want to talk about the Mama Leach's kitchen video. That was great. I got a few comments about my Spanish, but I want to say this. Estoy aprendiendo español. The next thing I like to say, this is another thing I'm learning, so is I told this to my staff yesterday, and they started laughing when I walked in. I said, and me saying, I hope this is correct. I said, tiendre, habla, tratar. I'm messing this up. I'm just messing this up. But what I was trying to say was, hey staff, today I'm gonna try to speak more Spanish, but give me, again, we have a year until next year, so we're going to do a whole show in Spanish, so I gave my word, so I'm learning. And I want to give a shout out to my tutor, Matthew. Thank you for being so patient with me. I'm just a big kid. That's all I can say. So Mama Leach's Kitchen, so haha, your Spanish was great, Dr. Levi. I know you're making fun of me, but that's okay. The next one is Dr. Levi. You seem like the nicest person on earth, super fun person. I try to just be me. It's easy. It was nice to see you out in the community. Thank you for all you do. So thank you all very much. So thanks for that show. Then we had some comments about the Dr. Ray show. This was from Wandering Hawk 2, show of the year in my opinion. Thanks a lot. The next one was from Marcia Regina Oliveira dos Santos. Wow, this show was very good. It's always nice to hear two successful people talking about their skills and about giving back. As a Brazilian woman, she says, she had the opportunity to talk to Dr. Robert Ray for hours. She said that he's truly a gentleman and a very respectful doctor. But she says, most importantly, Dr. Ray was a very good human being. And the next one, and yes, he is, a nice guy, a wonderful human being. Love Dr. Ray. The next one was from Big Mo Comedy. Who said the Dr. Ray show was amazing, so thank you for that. The next one was from the Dr. Levi show, the Mixed Chicks show. This was from Mr. RJB, MRRJAYBEE. And he said, good morning, Dr. Levi, from sunny Norfolk, Virginia. Just wanted to say that I absolutely love your show. It's always informative, fun, and entertaining. And the laughter always makes me feel good. Have a blessed day, and thank you so much for all that you do. Thank you very much. I'm grateful also. And next was from Melissa Gribroff. MELISSA GREBROF. And the comment was, I was one of the Native American emailers. They are indeed changing the packaging. Great product, really great women. Thanks for having these great women on the show. So this was fantastic. So I just want to thank you for all your wonderful comments. Thanks for being a part of the Dr. Levi community. And I want to say I couldn't do it without Janet Rodriguez and Jarvis and Tony. I mean, it's the whole team here. And, of course, Nicholas, who make this happen. And, of course, our videographer, we can say about Aaron Price, amazing. And our other photographer, of course, Mr. Darren Scott and Jamie Price. So we have a whole team here of people that make the show happen. So it's not just me. And I'm grateful and so blessed. I work with people whom I truly respect and appreciate, and that are really on this platform to bring about this healing that I think can come forth in the world with respect to getting people to really be fit, to be healthy, to recognize the greatness that they have within themselves, and also to know that everybody counts, everybody matters. That's the bottom line. And that your health should be a priority. Why? Because our health is our first gift. That's the first thing we can be grateful for every day. I want to go over a few more things with you, and that is we have some new videos coming up for the gamers, of course, for musicians, for people in the hairstyling community, hair artists, and I have more fitness and health videos. I have some ab videos coming out that's going to just be intense. You're going to love them. Oh, my gosh. So as I told my mom told me recently, she's like, oh, Levi, your ab exercises, when you're going to do something different. So, Mama, I got something for you, young lady, so get ready. I also have a new website coming up soon. And, again, I want to thank everyone for purchasing the book. The Art of Fitness is doing really, really well still. And also the DVD goes along with the Art of Fitness book is doing well also. So thanks. I'm glad everyone is enjoying that. The video is pretty intense too. The DVD, the exercises, you do it once or twice a month, you feel it. And I also have a book that I'll be doing specifically for gamers, showing some specific exercise. I'll be talking about that. That'll come out by the end of the year. And guess what? My official trademark is Dr. Levi, the gamers and esports doctor. Happy about that? Yes. It took a lot to finally get it, so my team and I we're just elated. We finally got the trademark. So I truly am Dr. Levi, the gamers and esports doctor. So happy about that. And I'll be in Washington, D.C., as I talked about. You know, I'm receiving a humanitarian award on Capitol Hill on the 13th of September. So my team and I will be flying out there. So really happy about that. Get a chance to meet some senators and Congress folks. So that'll be really great. I'm really grateful that I can be of service. That's what my life is, just service. And we'll be shooting some videos in Oakland, you know, for a gaming community event that I'll be going to. As well as in Baltimore, I'll be doing a radio gig there. It'll be really great with WEAA, the voice of the community. And then we'll be talking about gym etiquette on our next show also, which will be really, really interesting to talk about things that we see in the gym that people may want to consider changing and maybe doing better. And we'll talk about bullying and breast cancer. And we have so many more celebrities coming on the show also, especially for October. October will be the 4-year anniversary of the show, which is really phenomenal, thank goodness. So I'm just grateful to have this platform to share with you. And, of course, you can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat. And I just want to say, guess what? Right now we're at 20,000 plus subscribers. And, again, over 3 million views on YouTube. And, again, you know the hashtag, The Gamer's Doctor. And I'll be at the Action Icon Awards. I'm grateful to be one of their board members, and I'll be a guest presenter there, too, on October 16th. This is Dr. Levi. Have a great day, and see you next week. Bye.